This might hurt to hear, but after 20 years as a dog behavior expert, I've learned something most owners never want to admit. Your dog might not actually love you the way you think. Sure, they wag, cuddle, and follow you around. But sometimes they're not bonding. They're just tolerating. Dogs are experts at hiding emotional distance, and if you miss the signs, you could spend years thinking your bond is strong, when it's quietly falling apart. In this video, I'll show you 19 subtle but heartbreaking signs your dog isn't truly attached to you. Let's find out before it's too late. First up, they look everywhere except at you. Dogs' eyes are windows to their souls, and when they avoid looking at you, they're telling you something important. Confident, happy dogs make regular eye contact with their favorite humans. It's how they show love and trust. But if your dog consistently looks away, ducks their head, or seems to find the wall fascinating every time you try to make eye contact, that's a red flag waving right in front of you. Here's the science. Dogs avoid eye contact to reduce tension and prevent conflicts. It's their way of saying, I'm not comfortable enough with you to be vulnerable. Quick fix: never force eye contact by holding their face or staring them down. Instead, practice soft eyes. Look at your dog gently, then look away. When they glance at you naturally, immediately reward with a calm, good, and a small treat. Build positive associations with eye contact gradually. Eye contact issues are just the beginning, because where your dog chooses to sleep reveals something even deeper about trust. They sleep like they're in danger. Here's something most people don't know. How your dog sleeps around you is the ultimate trust test. When dogs feel completely safe and loved, they sleep vulnerably. We're talking belly up, completely relaxed, sometimes even snoring like a freight train. But watch this carefully. If your dog always sleeps curled up in a tight ball, keeps their back to the wall, or never fully relaxes when you're around, that's their body language screaming, I don't feel safe. I had a client whose rescue dog would only sleep sitting up for the first 3 months. Once we fixed their bonding issues, that same dog became a belly-up sleeper. The transformation was incredible. Quick fix: start sitting calmly near your dog while they rest, but don't force interaction. Read a book or use your phone quietly nearby. Over time, your calm presence will help them associate you with safety and relaxation. Defensive sleeping is concerning, but there's something even more heartbreaking happening when you walk into rooms. They vanish when you appear. This one stings, but it's crucial to recognize. Dogs are masters of creating distance when they're uncomfortable. If you notice your dog consistently leaving rooms when you enter, or they suddenly find urgent business elsewhere when you sit down, that's not coincidence. Here's what's really happening. Your dog is using avoidance as a coping mechanism. Just like humans step away from uncomfortable situations, dogs do the same thing. But before you panic, sometimes this can indicate health issues too. If this behavior is sudden, get them checked by a vet first. But if it's been ongoing, we need to look at your relationship dynamics. Quick fix: instead of following your dog or calling them back, try this. When they leave a room, don't react at all. Later, casually enter a different room and start doing something enjoyable, like preparing their favorite treats or playing with a squeaky toy. Let curiosity bring them to you naturally. Room avoidance hurts, but nothing stings quite like discovering who your dog actually runs to for comfort. They choose everyone else over you. This one hurts the most, especially when you're the one buying the food and paying the vet bills. But dogs don't care about your financial investments. They care about emotional connections. If your dog consistently runs to other family members, seeks comfort from visitors, or seems more excited to see literally anyone else, that's telling you something about your bonding approach. Watch how others interact with your dog. Are they calmer, more patient? Do they respect your dog's boundaries better? Sometimes the answer is uncomfortable, but it's the key to improvement. Quick fix: become the treat person and the fun person. Start being the only one who feeds them their meals and gives them their favorite treats. Take them on solo walks and let them explore at their own pace. Consistency is key. Within 2 to 3 weeks, you'll notice them seeking you out more. Playing favorites is painful, but there's another way dogs show disrespect that most owners completely miss. They suddenly develop selective hearing. When dogs start ignoring commands they used to follow, it's rarely about memory or intelligence. It's about relationship quality. Commands aren't just about obedience. They're about communication and trust. A dog who respects and feels connected to you will generally want to please you, even if they're not perfectly trained. But when that bond weakens, cooperation disappears. This is especially common with rescue dogs who are still figuring out if they can trust their new family. Patience and consistency are your best friends here. Quick fix. Go back to basics with simple, positive commands. Start with sit before meals. Easy success that rebuilds confidence. Always use a happy, encouraging voice and reward immediately. Avoid repeating commands multiple times. If they don't respond, gently guide them and then reward. Make following your lead feel like a game, not work. Ignoring commands is frustrating, but when dogs reject your treats, they're rejecting something much deeper. They say no to your peace offerings. Dogs refusing treats is like humans refusing free money. It just doesn't happen unless something's seriously wrong. If your dog consistently rejects treats from you, but happily accepts them from others, that's a clear message about your relationship status. Think about it this way. Treats are peace offerings, bonding opportunities, and expressions of love. When a dog rejects your treats, they're essentially saying they don't want to engage in that bonding ritual with you. However, if they're refusing treats from everyone, stop everything and call your vet immediately. This could indicate serious health issues. Quick fix. Try the drop and walk away method. Drop a treat near your dog, not directly at them, and walk away without looking at them or saying anything. This removes pressure and lets them approach the treat on their terms. Once they start taking treats this way, gradually decrease the distance until they're comfortable taking treats directly from your hand. Treat rejection reveals relationship problems, but nighttime behavior exposes the ultimate trust test. The bedroom exile dogs are pack animals at heart. In the wild, pack members sleep together for safety, warmth, and bonding. Your dog not wanting to sleep in your room, or even on the same floor, is significant. This isn't about being spoiled or getting them used to your bed. This is about them not feeling secure enough or bonded enough to want to be vulnerable near you during sleep hours. Most dogs, even independent breeds, will at least want to be in the same room as their favorite person at night. If yours doesn't, that's worth examining. Quick fix. Don't force them into your bedroom. Instead, make your room the good things happen place. Keep their favorite treats in your bedroom drawer. Occasionally, call them to your room just to give them something amazing, then let them leave freely. Never trap them or close the door. Eventually, they'll start associating your room with positive experiences. Bedroom avoidance speaks volumes, but your dog's tail is actually sending you coded messages about their feelings. Their body language is speaking in code. Here's something that will blow your mind. The direction of your dog's tail wag actually means something specific. Research has shown that when dogs wag their tails more to the left from their perspective, it often indicates anxiety, uncertainty, or negative emotions. Right-sided tail wags, that's the good stuff. Happiness, excitement, and positive feelings. Start paying attention to this subtle detail. Your dog might be telling you exactly how they feel about you, and you've been missing the message entirely. Quick fix. When you see left-sided tail wagging, immediately give your dog more space and avoid direct interaction. Instead, do something calm and non-threatening nearby, like organizing papers or checking your phone. Let them observe you being relaxed and non-demanding. This helps shift their emotional state from anxious to curious. Tail language reveals emotions, but physical touch avoidance is the clearest message dogs can send. They physically avoid your affection. This is the hardest sign to accept, but it's also the most telling. If your dog consistently moves away when you try to pet them, leans away from your touch, or gets up and leaves when you sit near them, they're clearly communicating their discomfort. Touch is one of the most powerful bonding tools we have with dogs. When they reject it, they're essentially rejecting the relationship itself. But here's the crucial part. This doesn't mean your dog will never love you. It means you need to rebuild trust and connection, and that's absolutely possible. Quick fix. Practice consent-based petting. Sit near your dog and extend your hand palm up about 6 inches away from them. Wait. If they lean into your hand or move closer, give them gentle pets for just 3 to 5 seconds, then stop and wait again. If they want more, they'll ask for it by moving closer. This teaches them that they have control over physical affection, which builds trust incredibly fast. Touch avoidance is heartbreaking, but there's a subtle stress signal happening right in front of you. They pant when it's not hot and they haven't exercised. This one's tricky because people usually think panting means their dog is just warm or tired. But if your dog starts panting when you're around, especially in cool weather, or when they haven't been active, that's stress panting. Watch for this: rapid, shallow breathing with their tongue hanging out, but their body language is tense, not relaxed. It's their nervous system saying, "I'm not comfortable right now." Quick fix. The moment you notice stress panting, create distance between you and your dog. Don't leave the room dramatically, just move to a chair further away and do something calm like reading. This teaches them that you respect their emotional space. Stress panting shows immediate discomfort, but daily following patterns reveal long-term relationship dynamics. They follow others around the house, but not you. Here's a heartbreaker: when your dog becomes a shadow to everyone in the house except you. They'll follow your spouse to the kitchen, accompany your kids upstairs, but when you move rooms, they stay put. Dogs naturally want to be near their pack members for security and companionship. If you're the only one they're not shadowing, you're not part of their inner circle yet. Quick fix. Start the magical mystery tour technique. Randomly, throughout the day, go to different rooms and do something interesting. Shake the treat bag, unwrap cheese, or play with a squeaky toy. Don't call your dog or make eye contact. Let the sounds of fun activities draw them to you naturally. Being excluded from the following game hurts, but selective hearing reveals something even more calculated. They hear everything except your voice. This is different from ignoring commands. I'm talking about dogs who can hear a chip bag opening from 3 rooms away, but somehow don't hear you calling their name. They'll respond to other family members' voices immediately, but yours seems to fall on deaf ears. This selective hearing happens when dogs learn that your voice either means nothing good is coming, or they've simply tuned you out due to overcommunication or negative associations. Quick fix. Go on a voice vacation for 1 week. Only speak to your dog when you're giving them something amazing: food, treats, or starting a walk. No commands, no random chatter, no calling their name unnecessarily. When you do speak, make it count. They'll start paying attention to your rare but valuable communications. Selective hearing is calculated, but emotional disconnection runs even deeper than communication issues. They don't mirror your energy. Here's something most people don't know. Dogs who love you will often mirror your emotional state. Happy dogs get excited when you're excited, calm down when you're calm, and show concern when you're upset. But if your dog shows zero reaction to your emotional changes, you come home excited and they remain flat, you're upset, and they seem indifferent, that's a sign they're emotionally disconnected from you. Quick fix, practice. Emotional contagion in reverse. Instead of expecting them to match your energy, start matching theirs. If they're calm, be calm. If they're playful with others, observe what energy level gets them engaged. Then try offering that same energy in small doses. Emotional synchronization is a two-way street. Emotional disconnection is serious, but dogs also conduct secret investigations that most owners never notice. They smell you, but don't greet you. Here's something that will absolutely stun you. Your dog might be conducting secret sniff investigations on you. Watch this carefully. When you come home, does your dog approach you, sniff you thoroughly, but then walk away without any greeting behavior? This isn't casual sniffing. This is detective work. Your dog is literally gathering intelligence about where you've been, who you've touched, and what you've done. But here's the kicker. If they sniff and leave without greeting you, they're basically saying, "I'm checking if you're safe to be around, and I'm not convinced yet." Dogs who love and trust you will sniff briefly and then immediately transition to happy greetings. The sniff and abandon behavior means they're treating you like a stranger they need to investigate. Start the scent bonding ritual. Before coming home, rub a high-value treat between your palms so your hands smell like something amazing. When your dog sniffs you, they'll discover that you smell like their favorite things. Do this for 2 weeks and watch their sniff investigations turn into enthusiastic greetings. Sniff investigations reveal mistrust, but the simplest greeting gesture can tell you everything. No tail wag. When they see you, a dog who loves you should show some level of excitement when you come home, even if they're typically calm. If your dog's tail stays completely still when they see you, not left wagging, not right wagging, just motionless, that's concerning. It could mean they're nervous, uncomfortable, or have learned that your presence doesn't bring anything positive into their world. Quick fix: create happy arrivals by keeping a special treat container by your door. When you come home, ignore your dog completely for the first 30 seconds, then calmly get a treat and toss it near them, not directly at them. Keep your energy low and calm. Over time, they'll start associating your arrival with good things happening, and you'll see that tail start moving again. No tail wag is telling, but dogs also create invisible boundaries that most people never recognize. They create physical boundaries you can't see. This will blow your mind. Dogs create invisible force fields around themselves when they don't trust someone. You might notice your dog always maintains exactly the same distance from you, like there's an invisible wall. They'll lie down or sit exactly 4 feet away. Never closer, never further. Even more shocking, this distance is calculated. They're positioning themselves close enough to monitor you for threats, but far enough to escape if needed. It's like having a restraining order against you in your own home. Quick fix: use the shrinking circle technique. Mark your dog's comfort distance with a small object. Every few days, move 1 inch closer to that spot before you sit down. Don't look at them or interact. Just gradually shrink their comfort zone until they realize being closer to you is actually safe and pleasant. Physical boundaries are calculated, but selective memory about training reveals the deepest disrespect. They forget your training, but remember everyone else's. Here's something that will absolutely shock you. Dogs can selectively forget training based on who taught them. If your dog perfectly sits for your spouse but acts like they've never heard the word when you say it, their brain is literally choosing to delete your authority. This isn't stubbornness or dominance. This is their brain saying, "This person's instructions don't matter to me," and actively choosing not to store or retrieve those command memories when you're the one giving them. But here's the most shocking part. They can relearn these same commands in minutes if the training comes from someone they respect and trust. Quick fix: become a training ghost. For 1 week, only give commands that you can physically help them complete successfully. Say sit while gently guiding their bottom down, then immediately reward. Their brain will start storing your commands as successful experiences rather than ignorable requests. Forgotten. Training shows authority issues, but dogs also eavesdrop on conversations in ways that reveal their true feelings. They react to conversations about them, but only when certain people are talking. This will absolutely blow your mind. Dogs can eavesdrop on conversations and react differently based on who's talking about them. If your dog perks up, leaves the room, or shows stress signals when others talk about them, but shows zero reaction when you discuss them, that's emotional eavesdropping in action. They've learned that when certain people talk about them, good things happen. Vet visits, treats, walks. But when you talk about them, nothing significant occurs. Or worse, negative things happen. Quick fix. Start positive gossiping about your dog. When they're in earshot, have fake phone conversations where you praise them. "Oh, Max was such a good boy today. He's the best dog ever." Make sure they can hear you saying wonderful things about them. Their ears will perk up, and they'll start associating your voice with positive energy. Conversation eavesdropping reveals preference, but this final sign exposes the most calculated relationship rejection of all. They know your schedule, but don't care about your arrival times. Here's the most mind-blowing revelation of all. Dogs have internal clocks that can predict your routine down to the minute. If your dog knows exactly when you usually come home, but doesn't position themselves to greet you, or worse, they actively avoid being near the door when you arrive, that's the ultimate relationship red flag. Dogs who love you will start getting excited 10 to 15 minutes before you usually return. They'll position themselves near windows or doors, waiting for your arrival. If your dog has zero reaction to your predictable schedule, they've basically written you off as irrelevant to their emotional world. But here's what's truly shocking. They might be timing other people's arrivals perfectly while completely ignoring yours. Quick fix. Implement the random surprise strategy. Start coming home at completely different times and always bring something amazing. A new toy, special treats, or start an immediate fun activity. Break their expectation that your arrival means nothing special. Within a month, they'll start getting excited about your unpredictable but always awesome homecomings. If even one of these signs felt familiar, don't panic. It's not too late. Every strong bond is built, not born. Your dog isn't ignoring you out of spite. They're waiting for the right reason to trust again. Be that reason. Start today. Show up with love, patience, and presence. And if this video helped you understand your dog even 1% better, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who loves their dog but might be missing the signs. And if you want more insights like this, subscribe, because your dog deserves a human who gets them.